Good morning, everybody. Camarda right here, right now, with my new haircut, super short. Today we talk about fear, an important fear, the third from the most common on everyday life. It's a fear that is pretty common, especially in old countries like mine, Italy, and the fear to be in contrast with ethic, traditions, some social rules that you need to follow to be in this kind of community. And this fear, it's totally understandable to be to live it like a fear, because sometimes we are in totally contrast with our values, internal values that committed to be kind of outside the box sometimes that bring you a kind of not acceptable from all the communities around it. In my country, for example, there's so many rules, some really old tradition or some kind of specific rules and determined, and that you need to follow to be in this kind of community, and then sometimes you're not really into and these rules can completely kind of bring you in a energy level, in a flow that it's not your flow. You don't feel in your place, and it's really hard to be to don't be afraid of those rules, to be afraid to be outside and don't follow those rules, because in most of the case all your community around you, especially your closer friends, family, are kind of push you to follow those rules, and those rules can be completely open and different from other rules. Could be a religious rules. You can't marry this kind of person, but I'm low with it. I can't marry because the religion not permitted to. So there's other really what to say, other rules, so social rules. You can't do this, and this cannot be affected by this other kind of the social rules that we have, and we just originate from the past, and kind of constantly keep going on our life. And it's so frustrated sometimes to feel outside the box, and you need to follow those rules. It's totally understandable to be afraid, to feel the fear, to be in concert with those rules, and that's totally normal. I have my personal experience. My country is pretty old. I'm from Italy, and there's tons of a lot of rules you need to follow, tradition. And I have ones that from my personal experience that explain totally everything. I am in my country, if you're more than 30 and you still don't have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, you're not a good person. For example, if you're over 30, if you're a woman, for example, and you're over 30 and you're not you now have a boyfriend or girlfriend, you're kind of that person that is not trustable, and a lot of people start to avoid you, start to don't stay closer. If you want to date somebody that's a little bit older, you need to pay attention. This is so, sometimes it's so ridiculous, but it come from old paradigms that we hereditated from our country. Or for example, if you're already married, you, especially in south part of Italy, or you have a children, so it's really hard to find another partner, or divorcing, or all these kind of social rules that come from the past. Because if you, from the church that impose, no, you need to get married and marry this person for life, and if you divorce, it's kind of break those huge rules. So I saw old marriage people that are married but they are not in love anymore, and that's so frustrating because you're in contrast with all the social rules that are behind you. It's one of the fear that's really hard to contrast. I've been through a lot of those really ridiculous tradition, and that's why I decided to move here in US. And I've been through a lot of different culture to my wife. For example, here yesterday was the first anniversary, and there's a need to give a gift of a paper gift for the first anniversary, and I have no idea that this tradition exists. So all this kind of different cultural, different traditions, social rules, whatever you want to call it, are so different because come from our background. And more is hold your background, more countries, history, is more is have full of this kind of new rules that you need to follow. And sometimes you're feeling constant. You don't feel in a right person. For example, there's a lot of people that are in contrast with their religion. They don't follow their religion, but their parents are the same religion. They are afraid to don't say, well, I'm not believing this kind of religion. I don't believe in this kind of God. I don't believe in this, whatever it is. And it's so frustrating because you don't feel free. You don't feel open. And I always say, Semper, the fear, it's bring you a challenge. And this challenge, you need to bring a benefit. So it's pretty hard. I know if you feel this kind of fear sometimes, send me a comment and write them below here. Don't forget to subscribe YouTube channel. There is another amazing video tomorrow at the same times, and we talk about, I think for me, the last common fear that you need to go through. If you have some episode of tradition or really interesting cultural, write on the comments about this kind of fear that you can feel that you're going in constant to, and we can comment and think about it in the next video. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day. A lot of people connect, and oh, there's Philip. Hi Philip. Nice, good to see you everybody. And we're connected on Instagram, Facebook, and I will post this on YouTube, so don't forget to subscribe. YouTube, there's a lot of the videos. My goal is to share all this new information to personal growth to everybody. So share this video with all people that you know and tag somebody that are going through those fear, then we can help to survive. And my goal is if one of you, just only one of all this huge video, whole videos, just start to read a book, start to follow this journey or the personal growth, my goals will be satisfied. I will be super happy. So I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day. From Camarda is everything. I'll see you in the next video tomorrow.